On April 11, 1963, two girls were born to Gloria and Aubrey Gibbons. These girls were twins. Their names were June Gibbons and Jennifer Gibbons. They lived in Yemen. Basically, these people belonged to the Caribbean island. After some time, this family shifted to the UK. But from here, a strange story of these two began, which was going to shock the world. These people shifted to the UK city of Haverfordwest. These two twin sisters faced many difficulties in their childhood. In Haverfordwest, there were almost no black people. Maybe this was the only black family that lived far away. That's why their family had to face a lot of racism. Especially, these two sisters were made a target of jokes and taunts in school. Slowly, these sisters started cutting people. They made their own world, which was going to be very dangerous and strange. These sisters had to face so much racism in school that they had to leave school. And slowly, these two started behaving in a very strange way. The language of these twin sisters, in which they used to talk to each other, was such a language that no one else could understand. Not even their parents. Even these sisters stopped talking to anyone else. They used to talk to each other only in that strange language, which no one else in the world knew. That's why their name became the Silent Twins. People even started calling them zombies. If anyone tried to talk to them, they would quietly look at them in a strange way. That's when their family members also started getting scared of them. The parents of these sisters also sent them to different therapists. But no one could understand what had happened to them. No one could understand their language. The parents of these sisters sent them to different boarding schools in great distress, so that they could live in separate hostels. But something strange happened there. As soon as they separated, a day later, their bodies began to look like a corpse. Their bodies would get stiff and become very heavy. They would keep lying down and no one could even move them. It was a very strange situation that no one in their schools could understand. That's when they were sent back to their home. But the series of strange incidents did not stop here either. These sisters spent all their time in one room in the dark. They had a torch in which they would sit and write some strange stories. These stories were very violent. Many stories were not even worth reading. Gradually, these two sisters became out of control. They started stealing. They used to beat each other badly. One time, June tried to drown Jennifer in water and kill her. But then she started laughing strangely. These two sisters had become famous throughout the city. In June 1981, these two did something that shocked the entire UK. These two sisters, who were only 18 years old at the time, set fire to a very big store. This store was completely burnt down, causing a loss of £200,000. After burning down the store, they headed towards the college and tried to set fire to that college as well. But by then, the police had arrived. These two were arrested. During this time, they kept talking to each other in the same language that no one else could understand. These sisters were arrested and sent to a maximum security prison. The UK's most dangerous prisoners lived in this jail. But even in this dangerous jail, they could not be controlled. They were very violent. It was a daily routine for them to injure themselves. After keeping them in this jail for a year, they were sent to a psychiatric hospital which was in the city of England, Berkshire, so that they could be treated there. In this hospital, the UK's most dangerous prisoners were treated, who were mentally unstable. But these sisters became even more strange. They were kept in a room where they would sit for hours with their heads down against the wall. And they would not even talk to anyone. Even if they spoke, they would speak in the same language that no one else could understand. Many times, they even injured the hospital staff. And one more strange thing was their food. If one sister ate food, the other would remain hungry, as if her stomach was also getting full. In this way, they both ate food day and night. June and Jennifer's case was not only famous in the UK, but it had become famous all over the world. They were called the Silent Twins. They both spent 10 years in this hospital. During this time, these two sisters were convinced that only one of them could survive. They felt that if they both survived, they would never be able to live a normal life. They both wrote these things in a diary, which was later investigated. They both decided that one of them would make a sacrifice and die, so that the other sister could live a normal life. And then something very strange happened, which no one understood until today. On March 9, 1993, a journalist came to meet these sisters in this hospital. This journalist's name was Marjorie Wells. She was writing a book on their life. They were drinking tea when Jennifer said to this journalist that I am going to die so that my sister June could live a normal life. And then something very strange happened. After a while, Jennifer went to sleep, but her eyes were open. Suddenly, she fell off her bed. Her sister June kept her head in her lap when she found out that she was dead. Everyone was surprised how this happened. Jennifer's death was going to close the heart, although her health was good. Doctors couldn't understand how her heart closed suddenly. She was only 29 years old. This persistent death of Jennifer made this case even more persistent. Because a few hours ago, she told the journalist that I will die. And you can consider it a coincidence that she died after a few hours. After her sister's death, a lot of changes began to occur in June. She started speaking and behaving normally. She was also freed from that hospital. Today, June lives a lonely life in the UK. She is 56 years old. But this strange story of these sisters still amazes the world. If you like this video, please like it. To watch such interesting videos, subscribe to this channel and also hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications of my new videos. Take good care of yourself.